Especially in Schopenhauer, for example, we find this idea expressed. Schopenhauer thought, evidently, that a double nature existed in the human race, separating the sphere of knowledge and mental activity into one part, and the world of emotive instinct and physical desires into another. Humanity's double nature... Where was I?
Professor, you were at the crux between the choice of the body or the spirit, or instincts or mentality.
Yes, that's right.
You know, this beautiful sunshine's terribly distracting, and perhaps a 10-minute dip might help to refresh our minds.
The only trouble is my job is to teach you philosophy, not to give you swimming lessons.
But what's the rush? The examination's at the end of next year. I agree with my sister, because in the winter we'll have lots of time to prepare. The weather's awful.
Listen, I made an agreement with your mother, with Mrs. Rinaldi, and I intend to keep my word, so don't forget that. She's the one who wanted you to start studying now, because she probably thinks you ought to work a little harder, that's all.
Vanessa's always ready to make any excuse just to keep a check on us.
Really? Let's get back to our book, The Truth, for which philosophy searches in the consideration that the world is a subjective representation.
Huh? Speak of the devil and she's bound to show.
Huh?
We want to lie in the sun for a while before lunch, okay? Come on. Yeah, okay.
Have they made any improvement?
I'm afraid it would be presumptuous of me to judge them after just 1 week, but they're coming along. Vivi's a smart girl. Kiki is more careless, but I'll keep right after her. Don't worry.
But they're so damn immature and frivolous. I find them a terrible problem. All the same, I have to face the facts, even though I don't care for their behavior. When my poor husband passed away, my stepdaughters were left completely alone. It would have been selfish of me to send them away to a boarding school, even to a high-class one. And I have a lot of faith in you. I hope you won't let me down.
Of course not.
However, your references were excellent, I admit.
Thank you.
Don't worry about us, Vanessa, dear. It'll be a real pleasure having such a cute teacher to study under for the whole winter.
Stop your filthy impertinence. It simply isn't amusing.
This evening, we've both been invited to Justina's for dinner and the usual trip to the discotheque.
Unfortunately, the entertainment in this place is limited to one discotheque.
Really?
Some entertainment, with all the local hayseeds trying to make out with us.
Better than nothing. At least they're young.
Don't speak with food in your mouth.
Okay, girls, let's go.
So long, Vanessa. Don't wait up. Bye.
I won't.
You're quite remarkable. Every day in every way you grow more fascinating, you know?
And you've waited a week to tell me.
It was impossible to compliment you in front of the girls. This is the first time we've been alone. What could I do? I'm sorry. And your behavior confused me. It really did. You've been acting so formally, so rigidly. Apart from the fact that you brought me here to teach the girls, which I assure you I fully intend to do to the best of my ability.
I know you will. Of course, it would have been safer to wait. Bringing you here was behaving recklessly. But I've been all by myself these last 3 months, since John died. And I needed a friend who could help me get over it. It was terribly difficult to find out where you'd been living all these years. But I finally located you.
You've always been good at locating things you're looking for. Even after we lost touch with each other, apparently. I remember you always wanted to have a nice house, wealth, and luxury. But I wasn't expecting to find you had done as well as this. Congratulations. However, I only came here because of you. Remember that.
Really want me to think that you're completely indifferent to the girls. Don't look embarrassed. You can admit it. But the fact is, you're the only man in the world who can really give me what I'm after. Listen, my darling, I feel like a sauna. How about it,
What, a sauna?
Yeah.
But you have low blood pressure, don't you?
That's no problem. I'm sure you can manage to get it up again.
Listen, there's something I don't understand. Your motive for inviting me here is quite clear. After all, we've always been close to being the perfect couple. I'm a professor now, even though I never wanted to be one. So we have an excellent cover story. But I'm confused about why you want to cover up our relationship anyway. You're a widow now. You're independent. Your husband left you very well off. You don't have to account to anyone for your lifestyle. And then, how come you've taken on the responsibility of raising those girls? I don't believe that you love them or anything, or have a kind of guilt complex. It's perfectly clear that you hate the girls, and they hate you too. Not to mention, they're obviously troublesome for you to handle. Wouldn't it be better to send them to a school? A boarding school for the upper classes?
It wouldn't be fair to them.
Come on, dear. You're trying to make me laugh? Whatever your reason, that isn't it. I've known you since you reached puberty, and you were cynical already.
Talk about chutzpah. During that period, you were waving the red flag at proletarian marches, but keeping your eye firmly on your next opportunity for the main chance.
The old bag's still awake. What do you mean old? She's only a couple years older than I am. Okay, so she isn't old, but she's a bag all right.
Vivi, you're not concentrating. Repeat what I've just said. Go on.
I really don't remember. I'm sorry. I don't know what's wrong with me today. I feel so strange.
She's right, Professor. If you feel like giving a break, go ahead. I don't care. There's definitely something peculiar about the air today. I feel it, too. It's most odd. I have some letters to mail in town, and if you come along with me, you could, drop into the store and see if they have the books you sent for.
Thank you. That's very kind. I'd be glad to come with you.
Yeah, good for him. So how do we spend the morning? Swimming or what? Oh, no. I have an idea. Come on.
You still take ice, don't you?
Yeah. Thanks. Listen, what am I doing here?
What's the matter with you? You came here to help the girls brush up for their next exam.
I wasn't talking about them. I mean, why are we here, both of us?
Why are we both here? We both have a good reason. Money, that is. You're a crummy second-rate teacher. And don't mind a bit. But you prefer a comfortable life with smart clothes and big cars, consumer goods. And you're ready for anything to have all this. I'm not criticizing you. I can still remember, before your father lost everything, you lived very well, and naturally you want that back.
No, never. What are you suggesting? You're the only reason I came here. And you wanted me, didn't you? To talk about money is beside the point. You know that.
My God, what hypocrisy. The indignant professor never dreams of sinking so far. But I'm just a little bit better than you are, because I gave up kidding myself a long time ago. So now there's nobody I need to be afraid of, ever since I finally managed to make a successful marriage. Although I knew that it meant giving up everything that was important, including you and our happiness. It meant facing a very different sort of life.
What does that mean?
Means nothing. It's just that my new family had a mysterious history, some skeletons. Oh, look what time it is. I have to go and talk to Justina. There won't be any dinner for us tonight.
You like Joe Cocker, I suppose. I mean, you must know him. He's from your period.
Yeah.
Oh, Goon, can't you see he's an intellectual? When he was our age, he only listened to Mozart and Bach, I swear.
When I was a boy, I used to go to rock concerts, and you two weren't even a twinkle in your father's eye.
Rock concerts? Yeah, but who did you hear?
Yeah, whose concert?
All right, Counselor.
Why, are you afraid to tell her?
I'll be on the first boat over tomorrow morning.
Well,
Huh?
the Beatles, for example, the Rolling Stones, Stevie Wonder. Or do you want to trash everything before Michael Jackson, the white-black man? Or what's the name of that girl there? Madonna. Madonna, yeah.
Ah, so our dear professor as a boy was all sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Interesting.
That's
Tomorrow
right.
morning I have to go away. I have to see the lawyer for a day or two. Evidently he wants me to read and sign a whole mountain of documents. So I'll be leaving tomorrow morning on the boat at 8.
Aw, poor us. Left all alone.
What a blessing the professor's here. At least you're leaving us in capable hands.
Professor, would it be too much trouble to drive me to the port in the morning? I'm afraid it means you have to get up at the break of day, but there's no public transport so early.
I'd be delighted to take you, Mrs. Rinaldi.
Thank you. I'm going up to bed now.
Good
I
night.
still have to pack my suitcases. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Well, I guess I ought to run along to bed. Good night. Sleep well, girls.
Good night, Professor.
Good night.
Good night. There. So. Let us continue with the First World War military campaigns. When we suffered the disaster at Caporetto, it was generally agreed among all the leaders of the country, that is, the political parties on one side and the military commanders on the other, to attribute the blame to the Pope, who in August of that same year had promulgated our encyclical, which took the form of an address, aimed principally at the leaders of the various combating nations, and to the socialists who had done everything to undermine the spirit and morale of our fighting forces.
Professor, young ladies, you can come inside now for lunch.
We'll be right there.
Professor! Professor!
What is it? What's up?
Let's have a little holiday.
Not a chance. Forget it.
Oh, come on, Professor, be a sport.
No, I've already decided that with this lovely weather, we should have an outdoor body lesson. The Mediterranean flora in this district has a vast range of characteristic species. Now, be serious. Come on.
Look, over there. That's Jim juniper plant. I recognize it.
Good.
And that's rosemary. Doesn't it smell nice?
It's an herb for cooking. Very good.
See how much we already know?
Right.
Let's go look for some aloes now. I'll show you the way, Professor. All these plants are still juniper. There's quite a lot of it along this shore. Ooh, Professor, there's quite a breeze out here. I feel kind of chilly.
It's not that cold.
Maybe I didn't put on heavy enough clothes.
I'm afraid the summer's over.
But where's Vivi gone? She's vanished. I'll go look. Professor!
Yeah?
Professor, you really have to see this.
What is it now? Yes, of course. I'll come and pick you up at the port. Yeah, fine.
He can't
See you
wait for
tomorrow
her to
morning.
get
Good
back.
night.
Yeah, poor thing. Now just watch this.
That was Mrs. Rinaldi. She sends her regards. She said to remind you that...
Have some more wine.
No more. No, please. I've already had plenty for one evening, and you've had a little bit too much, in my opinion.
Come on, don't be afraid. Have some more. We'll see how you behave when you're plastered.
Really, I don't think a couple of more sips of wine would get me plastered. I'm used to drinking. But you two aren't. Oh, I almost forgot to tell you that Mrs. Rinaldi is getting back tomorrow on the first boat in the morning.
Ah, in that case, I guess she must have finished all that paperwork, because she wouldn't mind missing 100 boats if she knew she could make a buck out of it.
You're being unfair to her, Vivi. It just isn't true that cash is the most important thing to Vanessa. She digs sex, too, and our special name for her is Hannah the Horny Hen.
That's all. I really had enough of you, okay? The two of you are being insupportable. Malicious and bitchy. Why do you have to treat her so badly? She's a charming lady, an attractive one, who deserves some sympathy now that she's been widowed, poor thing.
Oh, yeah, poor thing. My heart really bleeds when I think about her, all alone in the world with only money for company.
How do you suppose she found a way to get married to our old man? I guess she was just a fascinating artist of the bedroom.
Perhaps he just happened to be in love with your stepmother. It's ridiculous that you should feel so hostile to Vanessa. You seem to imagine she's some stepmother out of a fairy tale, and you're her victims. With everything that she's done and is doing to help you.
And help you. Yes, help you. Not help herself. Help you, Professor dear. Or help the two of you, right?
Don't force yourself to appear shocked or indignant. Keep your performances for her, because we already know about you two.
Yeah.
What is it that you know? There's nothing to know about.
Oh, then why is it that at night, when you imagine that we two are in bed sleeping, you go creeping to Vanessa in her bedroom, not to mention the beach? That was so romantic, you two burning with the fire of your passion.
You're just two-bit spies. That's what you are, nothing else.
No, spies are vulgar. We're voyeurs.
Uh-huh.
The fact remains, we see everything, including your exhibition of, what's the polite word? Sodomy, I think.
Oh, don't get embarrassed, Professor. She's been bun punched before. The horny hen is everybody's woman, especially when he's young and handsome.
And if he's repulsive, old and rich. Oh, but please, no more about the hen. I've got a surprise. I'll bring it in.
Morning.
Morning.
Good morning, Professor. Are we starting physics today?
I really feel awful. I think we better skip the lesson this morning.
Here's your coffee.
Thank you. Anyway, I have to go down and collect Vanessa. It's nearly time to leave. We can study this afternoon.
Oh, but you look so pale. We can't let you drive all that way alone. We'll come into town with you, okay?
Oh,
Vanessa will be delighted to see us.
yeah, she sure will. Gonna be a little late.
Hi.
Morning, Vanessa. The welcoming party.
To have you with us again, Vanessa. We've been waiting with our hearts pounding.
Yes, and I hope you finished all your legal business and everything.
Everything went like a dream.
Would you pass me the salt, please, Vivi? Thank you.
A little wine, Professor? You'll feel better.
No, no more, please. You two are determined to get me drunk. Oh, excuse me, Mrs. Rinaldi. However, as I was saying, the essence of the situation is that the departmental syllabus leaves a lot to be desired, there's no doubt. The 19th century, for instance, studied either poorly or badly. In history or literature, or even philosophy. Yes, even philosophy. The wine is nearly finished. May I go get some more?
Of course.
I'll be right back. Excuse me.
Oh, I'm so sleepy. I'm going to bed right after dinner.
Me too. I can hardly wait.
Hey, Professor, aren't you tired too? We're almost collapsing.
Huh.
But look at Vanessa. In spite of the trip and everything, she's fresh as a daisy.
That's right.
She looks like she could stay up all night dancing.
The nerve of those two little sluts. They did that on purpose to embarrass us, pretending to be sleepy all of a sudden. As if they're sleeping. They're wide awake, snickering behind our backs, because we have to behave ourselves.
Vanessa, this situation has got to stop. You have to get rid of them. Send them away to a boarding school. After all, they're only your stepdaughters. They're not your own flesh and blood. And then you and I can leave this damn island. Just you and I, the two of us together, like the old days. After all, you're a widow. Nobody could blame you for being in love openly. How could they? Huh?
Don't even think about it. Sending them away to boarding school would mean giving up my inheritance, the whole lot. And that's one thing I assure you I'm not planning to do. I don't think you'd like it either, would you?
But how could you be cut out?
Quite simply. There was a special clause in the will which allows me to administer my inheritance or my husband's property freely, provided I remain personal guardian of the girls. I must remain here personally.
I never imagined he tied you up like that. I mean, on Vivi's birthday, she was 18. She's become of age. She's allowed to make her own choices.
My head is splitting with all this worrying. I'm fed up with it. Our music. Let's dance.
You're incredible. Have you finished?
Yes.
Let's have a look. Just listen to this. Listen to what she wrote. George says he loves you and I. You hear that? You tell her what it should be.
George says he loves you and me. Professor, what happened to your bag?
Oh, nothing.
Vivi,
Oh,
what's the matter with you? It's time you began to learn something about well-bred behavior. I'm sorry,
Just
Professor, but I'm at
kids.
the end of my tether with these girls.
Look, seems like a cat scratched you.
Yeah, only we don't have one, do we?
No, I was trying to trim my hair with a razor,
Oh,
and
Professor,
I
poor you.
must have...
You must have really been desperate. Why didn't you go to the barber's? Perhaps you didn't know there's one at the port. He's very cheap and quite good.
Listen, if you don't want to go to the barber at the port, you can take the ferry across to town. You might prefer to spend the night there, too.
Oh, but you have to disinfect this, put some ointment on it. There's a drugstore in the village. They're bound to have something suitable, don't you think?
But I'm
Phoebe's
all
right,
right.
you know. It could become infected if we don't do something. But we ought to get moving, Professor. Come with us.
Oh,
Let's
please,
go. Come
no.
on.
Yes.
Listen, if you'd like to give us the shopping list, we'll pick up the groceries, and you can have a nap while we're gone.
But I don't mind going down.
Yeah.
But no, that's stupid. There's no use all four of us going. And our morning lesson's over now, isn't it, Vanessa?
If you must, I don't mind. But get back here early.
Those scratches. It was Vanessa, wasn't it?
But how did she do it? And when? After we went to bed, I guess. But where? In the sitting room?
Just tell me one thing. What do you see in that old cow? I agree she's pretty, but there must be more than that.
Yeah, she smells like a bitch in heat. That attracts males. You know, just like what happens with animals.
Come on. Will you stop talking this way with these insults being so cruel to Vanessa? The fact is that neither of you is exactly a front runner in the Puri Stakes. On the contrary, if only you two were a bit more understanding, you'd appreciate her position.
And us? Who understands the position we're in? Remember, we're not babies anymore. We're mature women now, got it? Do you think it's fun for us, shut up on this island, cut off from what little life there is here this time of year? We hardly even get the chance to look at any fellow our age.
Yeah, I know. But have you thought carefully of the tension you've caused? You know, sometimes I feel like a kitten that's been taken by the scruff of the neck and held suspended over the edge of a roof and could easily fall at any moment, like this. Yeah, the situation to become too complicated. I don't have any control over what's going on, and especially over you two. No, I should have said over you three. At this point, it's time I moved on.
Go ahead, then. If that's the way you feel, you better leave right now. Or you're so bewitched by the old cow that you have to keep yourself on her good side. I don't think so, and I don't care what you say. You know your problem? Your problem is that you enjoy this situation. You really do, don't you?
Now, don't get upset, dear. Take it easy. However, she's right, isn't she, Professor? You do enjoy being the only cock in the hen house, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh, look, a love seat. Sit down.
Here?
What are you waiting for?
When I sit in the middle?
It's about time. You certainly took long enough. Where have you been?
We've been promenading along the beach with this lovely weather.
It's the best time of the year for the beach, isn't it, Vanessa? When it's totally quiet and deserted?
I just spoke to Cesare. Tomorrow he'll be driving you down to the port for the mid-morning ferry boat, and you can feel free to spend the next couple of days in town. You don't need to come back until you've had your hair cut.
I suppose not. Well then, I better go pack my bag now.
Do that. I feel sure it's for the best.
Mrs. Rinaldi,
Yes?
Cesare has just come back from town. The professor left on the boat. I've left your supper all ready. All you have to do is heat it. So we'll be running along now if you have no objection.
That'll be okay. We'll manage alone.
Thank you.
Now listen. I'm sick and tired of you two. Tired of your arrogance and of the way you've been acting lately towards the professor. And I won't take any more of it. You either improve your behavior or I'll send you back to you-know-where.
It's no use trying to threaten us. We know that if you send there, you'll lose everything.
Yes, of course, that's perfectly true. But if I send you back there, you'll be losing much more than I will. I like money, but there's a limit to everything. I'll begin by getting rid of the professor. So you'll finally get it through your heads that I'm the one with the whip in hand. The minute he returns, I'll tell him to get all his things packed and to make himself scarce permanently. That's all for the moment. And if the prospect worries you, you can weep away as far as I'm concerned. I intend to have a sauna. Dinner is at 8, and see that you're punctual.
There, don't cry, dear. She won't take him away, trust me.
Unfortunately, I had to go over to the mainland, and when I got back, I found... You see, Inspector, I already warned her. It wasn't the first time she'd suffered from the steam. It had happened once before since I got here, with her blood pressure, but she paid no attention, poor thing. Said it did her so much good.
Nowadays, with all this mania, people do the damnedest things, like those lunatics who are always out running in the morning. You should see them in the summer. Not young either, 50-year-olds and up. Running, sweating, panting, red in the face, dropping like flies.
O merciful Lord, accept in heaven the soul of thy servant Vanessa. Grant her eternal rest, and let thy light forever shine on her. May she forever rest in peace. Amen.
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 You must show all your strength and courage and learn to accept your sorrow as the will of God. It is heartrending to see such frail creatures assailed by life's trials. First the loss of your beloved father, and now the second tragedy. You will have to be very strong.
You must be very glad the professor is here with you. You'll be staying with him for a while, won't you? You wouldn't leave at such a moment.
We're not babies anymore, Inspector. I just had my 18th birthday, and my sister's 17. We know how to look after ourselves, don't worry.
But you can't live all alone. Not just yet.
To begin with, we must notify the family lawyer as soon as possible. I'll take care of it. I expect I can find his number in Vanessa's papers, and I'll stay until he arrives.
Just look at these charge accounts. That old cow spent like crazy.
And she saved everything like a magpie. Bills, receipts, ticket stubs.
Instead of analyzing Vanessa's character, hurry up and find the number of that lawyer. We have to notify him immediately.
Why the rush? After all, we're the ones directly concerned.
Yeah,
The problem is ours.
All right.
He's in a rush to get away, the professor.
Well,
Now that there's no more Vanessa, he can't wait to get rid of her.
No, that isn't the problem. I already told you that. I have no intention of deserting you, but there are practical considerations that have to
Oh,
be
what a
faced.
ball breaker.
Trustees and
Here
inheritance
you are.
tax.
That's the number you're looking for. You can phone right, send him a telegram or a smoke signal. Whatever you like, as long as you please stop bothering us.
But why are you looking so sad? Do our funeral gowns depress you or what? Huh?
Phoebe.
Hi, Professor. What do you say to a glass of cold wine for an aperitif?
Phoebe, I have to speak to you about something. You see, things can't go on this way indefinitely.
Oh, don't be silly, Professor. What was it that philosopher said? Pantalé? Everything flows. Wasn't that it? Isn't that what you taught us?
Yes, but that's not how he meant it, Phoebe. Naturally, I've always believed in being a liberal. But there are things I am not...
Oh, Professor, really. Live for the day. Carpe diem. I propose a toast.
Hey! Wait for me, you guys. I want to make a toast, too. Look what clever little Kiki has found for you.
Oh, my. Caviar. I propose a toast to pleasure.
Here's to it. Here's how, Professor. We'll get plastered together.
Here's how. This is very nice, Phoebe. Thank you very much. But I can't stay here with you. Honestly.
Professor,
Huh?
if you just
What
move
is it?
back a little,
Huh?
I could sit in your lap. There we are. Caviar is a well-known aphrodisiac.
Really?
Did you know that?
Huh.
Now have a little spoonful. Be a good boy. Come on. Scrumptious, isn't it?
Yeah, really good.
Now have another spoonful. Careful. Don't spill any of it. My, aren't you a clever boy? That's the way. Now another one. Go on. There, that's the way you love it, don't you? Caviar
more,
is
thanks.
delicious and so good for you. Now, don't be difficult. Oh, it's so tasty, isn't it?
Ah, please, that's enough.
Oh, you can eat a little more.
Caviar is delicious alone, but I know a way to improve the flavor. Oh, take it easy, Kiki. Don't overdo it. Let him get some rest.
Oh, Vivi, don't worry. Remember, I don't want this toy to get broken.
Do you mind me asking what you two are up to? You're beginning to frighten me.
Oh, don't be silly. Kiki's prepared you something nice to drink, and I'm going to go make supper for us now. I'll leave you two alone.
Here you are, a nice cool drink. Just
Oh,
what
no,
you
you've
need.
been making me
Have
drink
a
all
little
afternoon.
sip.
No
So
more, please. No
refreshing.
more,
Go
no
on.
more.
Kiki! Kiki! I have something to show you. I've had a wonderful idea. Look, Kiki.
Well, what is it?
They're beautiful, aren't they?
I suppose so, but what have beautiful cushions got to do with making love or having a good time with the professor? I mean, where do I come in?
You'll see. Wait till I explain. A beautiful new game you've never heard of to please you both.
Counselor Molinari, I'm Inspector Orlandi.
How do you do? This is Dr. Sana.
Nice to meet you.
This way.
I'm sorry to bother you at such an hour, but the matter is extremely urgent.
I'm a psychiatrist, Inspector. And I can assure you that we'd better not waste any time. As soon as the counselor had informed me that the two girls had been left on their own, I insisted that we should act immediately.
Yes. Poor Mrs. Rinaldi accepted a serious responsibility when she agreed to look after the two sisters personally.
You see, those two girls have no concept of right and wrong. They are two young psychopaths, extremely dangerous for themselves and for others.
Just like their real mother, you see. She ended her days in an institution for the incurably insane. She had committed an atrocious crime, and it was only Mr. Rinaldi's money that kept the scandal under cover.
Those poor girls, so young and all alone in the world. There it is. That's the house.
Especially in Schopenhauer, for example, we find this idea expressed. Schopenhauer thought, evidently, that a double nature existed in the human race, separating the sphere of knowledge and mental activity into one part, and the world of emotive instinct and physical desires into another. Humanity's double nature, where was I?
Professor, you were at the crux between the choice of the body or the spirit, or instincts or mentality.
Yes, that's right.
You know, this beautiful sunshine's terribly distracting, and perhaps a 10-minute dip might help to refresh our minds.
The only trouble is my job is to teach you philosophy, not to give you swimming lessons.
What you do to me?